Almost fell down, he was dancing so high. So, welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
Oh, wow, that went right in the mouth. And today, we're cracking open a new bottle of Swift Single Malt Texas Whiskey. So, I'm super excited for this one because I didn't buy it.
I didn't know about it.
So
I didn't read the bottle.
He brought it home, and I'm doing research. Or I brought it to my house, and I'm researching about it. And I'm like, I end up texting him. I'm like, you don't like Scotch, but yet this you can't call something a Scotch unless it comes from Scotland. But they are making single malt Texas whiskeys that are supposed to replicate as closely as they can to Scotch, and this would be one of them. So this is made
first.
I've never had one though, so it'll be interesting to actually see. So this was $41.99. It's made in Swift Distillery, Driftwood in Texas. I almost said Kentucky. It went like where everything. So they make it to try to replicate as closely as possible the Scotch, but of course they can't call it Scotch because it's not from Scotland. They actually start with the Scottish malted barley. They have it shipped over to their distillery. So it can be authentic. They do double distillation in a copper pot still.
Then they bang to their specifications.
Oh, that was there. Yeah, you read that on one of the things. So then they supposedly age it in a regular Kentucky barrel. Then they finish it in an Oloroso sherry barrel
From Spain.
It's a non-age statement, but the date on the bottle when it was distilled was 1/9/2021, and it's only 2022. So I think they dipped it in the barrel and called it a day. Let's be honest, it wasn't aged very long. My goodness, I got to start working out or something. Woo! That one felt like it was just going to explode, like it didn't want to come out. So it is not the darkest of colors.
No. And I'll soon know.
I was kind of excited though when they said about aged in a sherry cask, because I was like, oh, I want to see if it gives. Ouch! If it gives you that. Oh, I just pinched myself. That's a first. If it gives you that like a
this
wine.
Is really gonna throw
wine aftertaste. Oh, is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How do we do this? Because we're gonna 100% say Scotch, and we're gonna get it wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You might, what was the proof? Probably get the proof because it's probably 80 proof.
Yeah, I would assume. I think I'm bleeding. That hit me so hard.
40,
oh, here it comes.
80, so 86.
Oh, yeah, no.
Maybe that would be the savior, that it's a little more proof. We'll see.
86? No, what that's going to do is give us a 0 for the time, because we're going to obviously think it's 80, because I don't think
30.
any other Scotch we have is more than 80.
I don't believe so. And the
Let's
the
give it a try.
nose is automatic.
There has to be an aftertaste that can sell it off to us. So what would we call this? This is just a whiskey. Just a whiskey.
Yeah, I hear you.
No, I'm just trying to.
You right now in the
trying
nose,
to clarify.
You're gonna say this is a whiskey?
Nope.
Nope.
At the very least, I would say Irish, because I would lean towards one of them. But I'm going Scotch.
But then
right up the nose, I'm saying Scotch.
Then you still say
I'm
Irish
still
whiskey. Right, it's not gonna.
It's not gonna
match.
matter. Nope.
We're just confirming our rules.
No, wait a minute. That is a total different taste, though.
I don't know about total. And we gotta, because it's an easy drink. It's not, doesn't seem like it's more of a proof.
That was definitely different.
The nose is right on to a Scotch. I don't know why I try to even read the bottle. I can't see the goddamn thing.
I don't know if it's the sherry cask.
I didn't really get a wine of sherry.
I'm not getting it either, but there was definitely, let me take another sip. I took a little one because I wasn't sure what to expect.
I didn't, because I figured it's going to suck. So I was going to make this one short.
You're not. I'm comparing this to something. That is totally... No, I'm telling you. I'm trying to think of what one we have.
You might actually.
I'm thinking this has a
You
different...
might, you will get the
He loves scotch so much.
well, dude, I could probably get the proof.
I'm not thinking...
It's not, it doesn't drink like an 80
I'm not
proof.
thinking Johnny Walker on this.
Definitely not a Johnny Walker.
No, I was thinking the J&B. I want to see the difference.
I'm not gonna have enough to compare. I was trying to make this short and sweet.
I told you. I'm curious now because they want to compare it to a... I won't do a lot of this, but just enough so we can get a little idea of it. So this, what was the proof on this? I gotta get spectacles on the side of
I think
the
that's
camera.
80. I can, yeah. Oh, I think it helped me.
I think it's 80. It's right here. Come on, Grandpa.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
We're both
most of them
blind.
are.
Because we did the Glen in the last thing, and that one won't be in the test anymore. So I just want to see something.
Well,
Easy. Watch out for that.
look, I'm dying of water.
That's that. That water will kill you. You gotta watch out for that stuff. Oh no. Yeah, go ahead and smell them too. You tell me what you think.
I'm having a tough time breathing.
You don't gotta breathe for this. Don't worry about it. They're actually pretty close in color too.
But I actually like the nose better in Swift.
No, it has a little something more to it.
It does.
So far, I haven't tried the taste. I'm gonna try this one right here.
I'm
is
still
J&B.
choking. This is gonna work out mid, my favorite, and I'm choking.
Oh no, wait till you try it.
I'm gonna go back to Swift.
Now you might want to stay over there. That's why I'm saying there was you wait until you
There's
try
more.
this one.
It seems like there's more flavors, a little bit.
There
Like
is a
more
second-
caramel-esque, maybe.
there is a
even
s-
though there's a.
It's not caramel.
It's not. I
But there is a
caramel-esque.
secondary flavor that changes it
We'll see.
totally from what JB. Nose wise, they're pretty close.
That one's a little sweeter nose, maybe.
Pretty close.
It is. The
But try.
Band-Aid ass finish, yeah.
I'll try the flavor. Not as close anymore. This one definitely hits you with that medicinal.
Oh, it's almost even like a
Do you
pine,
see the
it's
face?
more
That's
pine
what-
tree.
I wish I could zoom in right there. There's
You
no
probably don't
pine
have-
tree. in
Yeah,
that.
it's
That
a
is-
weird.
That is
it's
the glue on a Band-Aid flavor. I don't care what that's what it is. When it got wet.
I don't know. I'll make you a pine needle tea. You can let me know if it's piney-ish. I don't know. But okay. I guess
Swift definitely has a different. It has a
42
second
smackers,
taste,
and then this is gonna be way cheaper.
and that's a handle. I think it was 35.
I guess this is where we weren't writing shit down
I
because
got that one as a gift. I looked it up. It was like $35.
I guess we ran out of ink that day.
No, we just Googled it because
Yeah,
I
you
don't
should've
know.
put it
I got
on.
it as a gift. And that was one of the first bottles. That
One of our Total Wine would have said how much it is.
yeah, I think I looked at it. I think it was like 35 for a handle. So this is expensive. Would I ever buy it again? No, me personally.
Look, well, if this,
But I'm not a Scotch guy.
I'm
so,
100% with you, but
But for $40, there's a bunch of chicken bourbons I would buy over this. I mean, it's an okay
we're
Scotch, but
trying
even
to say that some people think these are fantastic.
right?
I got a couple buddies that think Black
Yeah, but
Label is like,
honestly, I'll pour this one right here. This one comes with a fancy little tube. It's an 8-year statement. It was much better, and it was $19.99. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I would 100% look at the color in this, the flavor in this. When we drank it, it has a secondary flavor too.
it's got a sweetness.
That's
smell
what.
too.
No. I remember when we just did it in one of our. We just pulled it out of one of our things. So I mean, if I'm
yeah,
gonna
you're
buy,
right.
if I'm gonna buy one, I would 100% buy this again.
Yeah.
Over $50 for that one. That's all I'm saying. Not that there's nothing bad, but I don't want to steer anyone wrong. I would definitely buy this one again. For $50, I would not. I would not.
I think that's another one at Total Wine that might have won some awards too. But
And it again, this on the other hand is a Speyside single malt Scotch that is from America. So, you know, if you want to buy American, then we haven't seen, there are a bunch of them.
There is.
People
actually.
are making them.
So now,
So
retard like me, because I said, oh, it's Texas whiskey.
I don't think you can say retard anymore, just for the record.
Oh.
But that's not politically correct.
For dumbasses like me.
There you go, that's better.
Texas
Better.
whiskey. I didn't see the single malt part of it, and then I didn't even put two and two together. He had to text me and say, hey,
Well, I laughed.
thanks for getting another scotch, and you hate scotch. I'm like, I didn't get a scotch.
And one of the other ones
Oh,
he
yeah.
had was the first ingredient was smoke, and I was like, you don't like smoky whiskeys, but you picked up 2 of them. But all right, but it really didn't taste that much on that one. I mean, again, when you're in the mood for one of these, like
Me never.
honestly, I used to drink these all. I used to drink the cheap scotch all the time because it was
a dumbass.
because it was a
bought
flavor.
the high end scotch and couldn't kill it with anything. Grapefruit, ginger ale. I tried every tomato juice.
Nobody
I tried everything.
mixes scotch with stuff.
Because it sucks so bad.
I know. Yeah, well,
And they were high end. I'm thinking I'm Johnny Big Bucks and I was going to spend big money, and that wasn't a good idea.
oh, yeah, because at the time you didn't know what you didn't know what you were buying. Scotch is scotch, man, and it has that smoky, peaty flavor. I mean,
That hasn't been a flavor.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, no, 100% does. I mean, I think this would actually be good if it wasn't dipped into a barrel. If this actually sat, like, because this is 8 years in a barrel. You know what I mean? If you sat this 8 years in a barrel in Texas, where it's going in and out of the barrel, that would have been delicious.
Down the road too, maybe we'll have to compare it to something in that price range and see.
Oh, well, we'll end up going. We'll end up finding some more. Again, we you know.
Because it won't be an empty bottle anytime soon.
Well, no, because I haven't been gravitating to the scotches. So,
We do
But-
them for here.
different times of the year, you never know. Different scenarios. We'll have to see.
Whether I'm
But-
sweating or freezing, this is not a first pick.
See, I don't. When I know what I'm drinking, I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to switch this and then go to a bourbon or go
I
somewhere
told you
else.
I did that
But
trick one time.
when
That's not a good thing.
when you're just gonna sit down and like sitting by a campfire and it's smoky, you're just gonna have a smoky thing. I don't mind it. I didn't mind it. I drank it all summer long when I was on vacation, because at the time, Inverhouse traveled well. It was a plastic bottle, and I'd fill my trailer up with it. We'd go around the country, and it was dirt cheap. I think I was paying $15.99, $14.99 a handle. You know what I mean? So it was cheap. So I drank a lot of it. So you get used to it once you acclimate yourself
and
to
then I
that
guess-
flavor. But now you're more on the bourbon. where
There's
just
there's quite a few
multiples.
of the officers that I know too, and they're big into scotch. So if you haven't tried it, it's to me it's sweeter. It's a little sweeter.
It's more of a cigar whiskey. It's more of a smoking whiskey. Like if you're a smoker, you usually gravitate to me, and I'm not a smoker, but like people who smoke usually gravitate to like the scotches because they kind of pair
They
well.
both taste like ass.
Well, well, if you smoke cigars, you ever wake up the next morning,
Yeah.
it tastes
I've
like
had
someone
like
took
2
a
or
dump
3.
in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just doesn't go away. You brush your teeth 42 times, and you still have that flavor in your mouth. And that's kind of where, that's what I mean. Like the people that love scotch.
Oh, you're right.
And they don't usually like bourbon because it's too much. Kind of equates to my friend's father that we were talking to at the graduation party, and he's like, I liked, like, say, Maker's Mark, but it was like too much for me. I'd rather just go back to Jameson's because it was easier. And to me, although the true Scotch people will now blast us in the comments, but to me, that's what I think of Scotch. Like to me, it's more one note. I know
right.
it's not. Don't get me wrong.
If you acquire that taste and that's the flavor you like,
You have to fight your way through the Band-Aid flavor in order to get all the
Band-Aid
other
knows.
the whole thing. In order to get all the other flavors, and I haven't found my way through that yet. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. I know the true Scotch people are going to be like, "You're out of your mind," because there's so many more flavors in Scotch.
It's kind of like sliding uphill.
Right.
You and I are ass backwards going the wrong way, but whatever.
Yeah. No, and that's just it. I mean, one day it may hit us and we'd be like, oh, now I'm getting the complexity of it. Because when I first started drinking bourbon in general, I was like, you pay $10, you pay $100, it all tastes the same. Throw it on ice and guzzle it down. I wasn't trying to pick out the flavors. Where Scotch to me,
You get
it's
the guys,
hard to
I
fight
got to
through.
paint it, or maybe even an acorn. I'm like,
No,
we don't
and
even
again,
hardly ever get enough.
they're so much better than I am. That's why, like what someone was saying to me before, he's ready to go. He's rushing me through these. Leave a comment down below if you want him to stop doing it. So, all right, there you go. That's the end of that. He doesn't like scotch, but I made him sit through it because he bought it. That was the key.
It was an extended stay.
Yeah. So, all right. If you're a scotch person, it's not bad. I think there's a lot better scotch for less money.
But technically,
me personally, I don't know.
You can't. So
I mean, this is $27.99.
I understand, but technically, it's a Texas.
It's not a scotch, correct? Because you cannot call it a scotch because it's not from Scotland. Tastes just like it.
It's pretty close.
But
someone went over there and experimented and brought it back, but whatever.
oh no, there's been the other people have tried to do it, but you cannot make a scotch if it's not from Scotland. So they have to call it single malt whiskeys. So there it is. That being said, he's done. We're done with this one, I guess.
I don't even care if you
go lay down, little fox. You're gonna go right over there. You're not even going on the shelf. You get over there and get in your corner and like it. So there it is.
It's not a bad little label.
The whole thing about it isn't bad. It really isn't. It's just it's not.
I
it's
should have
not.
brought that up.
It's not our cup of tea. That's
No,
all. So
correct.
there it is. So that being said, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button.
I don't care if you do right now.
Spend less, drink more.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is not spend less, by the way. $49.
It came highly recommended.